The second-generation Subaru XV compact SUV is apparently 95% new. It doesn't look it. A side-by-side comparison with the first-gen XV confirms sleeker headlights and tail lights, a more upright grille, different fog light surrounds and a slightly changed treatment of the lower rear bumper. Even the cladding around the wheel arches looks the same and the fundamental shape is, well, very familiar. Believe it or not, the shield metal, which is shared with the latest Impreza small car, is all new too. Check the vital measurements and the new XV is 15 mm longer, 20 mm wider and has a 30 mm longer wheelbase than its predecessor. Overall height is exactly the same. Boot space is identical at 310 liters, although split-fold the rear seat and it grows to 765 liters, 24 liters more than before. Clearly, Subaru has decided not to mess with a successful formula, visually at last. Under the skin, it's a different story. The latest XV is based on the new Subaru Global platform, which Impreza debuted late in 2016. It's claimed to deliver all sorts of benefits in terms of dynamics, refinement and safety. On the latter point, the XV is a 5-star ANCAP performer. The latest version of Subaru's FB 22.0-liter direct-injection 4-cylinder engine drives all four wheels via a continuously variable transmission. This is now the only transmission available as manual models have been dispensed with. Underneath, the XV picks up Subaru's updated constant all-wheel drive system featuring active torque vectoring handling assistance and the Forester's X-Mode system to bolster low-speed off-road capability. Mike Sinclair went into this in some detail in his first drive of the new XV in Japan earlier this year. Output is up to 115 kilowatts and 196 Newton-meters, a bump of 5 kilowatts, but 0 Newton-meters, over the previous XV. Considering the top specification 2.0 IS model we're testing here is 34 kilograms heavier than its predecessor at 1484 kilograms, it's fair to suggest you won't be noticing the power boost. Yep, it's familiar and sadly, a bit underwhelming. If ever an engine could use a turbocharger for some low-rev torque assistance, this is it. Or swap it for the 2.5-liter Boxer from the Forester. The engine does perk up from about 4,000 RPMs and by then it's starting to get pretty noisy, not unruly but intrusive. Mundane, earnest, uncomplaining, uninspiring. That's Subaru's FB20. It's saved from being a deal-breaker by the CVT. Yes, you read that right. Where the old XV's 4-speed auto struggled to match gear ratio with torque sweet spot, the lean Artronic smoothly ebbs and flows up and down the range. It can't overcome the engine's lack of guts, but it can at least shield us from hyperactive gear changing. Even so, you'll find yourself quite frequently manipulating the 7 predetermined computerized steps, either via paddle shifters or the gear lever, to get the XV moving along with a bit more speed. For instance, if you want a bit more motivation out of a tight uphill corner. All this revving doesn't help fuel economy, of course, but the good news is it never blew out beyond 8.6 L/100 km, versus Subaru's unchanged 7.0 L/100 km claim, during our testing. An unobtrusive start-stop system helps keep fuel use under control, while fuel cost is aided by the XV's use of the cheapest 91 Romanian lei fuel. Subaru isn't telling porkies when it gets all excited about the improvements delivered by its new chassis architecture. Just like the latest Impreza, the new XV really is a more enjoyable and quieter car to drive than its predecessor. The real achievement is in the ride, which is nicely balanced between comfort and ride control. It's not soggy like the Forester, nor as harsh and jittery as the Mazda CX-3. Take a bow, Subaru chassis engineers, for such a nice tune of the XV's combination of McPherson struts and double wishbones. Underscoring that impressive ride, the XV delivers light, direct steering and handling which is forgiving and confident. Around town it's easy to maneuver, and on the open road it settles down without fuss. It handles winding roads without drama, or alone for that matter. It just gets on with the job. On gravel, the XV displays a similar surety. Grip during accelerating, braking and cornering is composed. From the driver's seat, the XV is not only pleasing because of the way it drives. Like the Impreza, it also provides a definite step up in cabin quality. Materials quality and trimmings, ergonomics, front seat support and the infotainment technology, including an 8.0-inch color touchscreen which dominates the center stack of the 2.0 IS, are all significantly improved. In the rear, legroom is stretched, meaning the XV can fit 4 adults in comfort. There are plenty of storage spaces all round and multiple USB ports, 2 of which support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. They're the ones hidden in the bin in the center stack, not the ones in the lidded bin between the seats. The design of the XV also ensures visibility is terrific for the driver all around the car, something helped by a reversing camera and parking sensors. Issues? Sure. The steering wheel is a busy convention of buttons, stalks and paddles. The rear seat is pretty flat in the boot, most disappointingly, has a high load lip and lacks any real underfloor wet bin storage. Come on Subaru, aren't you brand for the adventurous, the folk who frequently load damp, muddy gear in the rear? Retailing at $35,240 plus on road costs, the 2.0 IS sits at the head of a 4-model XV range. That pricing pitches it right up against the all-wheel drive CX-3 Akari and Toyota CHR Cobra, as well as the front-wheel drive Nissan Qashqai and Honda HR-V VL. For more on the other models in the XV range, check out Andrea Matthews' launch review. Headline safety gear includes a full suite of driver assist systems marketed by Subaru under the EyeSight package. Included are blind spot monitoring, high beam assist, which works really well, lane change assist, rear cross traffic alert and reverse automatic braking. Other unique 2.0 IS gear includes 18-inch alloy wheels, leather accented seat trim, a power driver's seat and LED headlights. Stuff it shares with other XV variants includes 7 airbags, lane keep assist, an electric sunroof, satellite navigation, dual-zone climate control and cruise control. What's missing? A proper full-size tire is a surprising omission considering Subaru talks about this vehicle's off-road credentials. At least the Temporary is not one of those horrible donuts. You may not pick it at first sight, or even after a short test drive around the block, but the new XV is a significantly improved vehicle. It has a level of refinement and interior smarts which frankly blows away its predecessor. Unfortunately, what it doesn't do is blow it away in a straight line. The drivetrain is undoubtedly this car's weakness for now. We like the XV. But add some low to mid-range engine response and we could end up loving it. According to Subaru, about 33% of new 2018 Crosstrek buyers will take their all-wheel drive vehicle off-road. That's a huge number compared with most automakers' SUVs that will never leave the pavement. Subaru knows the Crosstrek is being purchased by a new generation of urban adventurers who will use their Crosstrek for getting off-road and higher into the mountains away from civilization. Thanks to Instagram user Mo Island Photo, this cool Crosstrek rendering would be even more aggressive for extreme adventures. We would like to see this vehicle in real life and come to production. Subaru would likely sell a ton of the custom machines. The new generation 2018 Subaru Crosstrek comes with a new feature that upgrades its already impressive off-road capability. Crosstrek now comes standard with X mode for urban adventurers. Up until now, Crosstrek has mainly been used for commuting and weekend adventures like getting to the trailhead for hiking, mountain biking and transportation to the ski slope. But not so anymore. A new generation who lead active lifestyles will use the new second-generation CUV for extreme sports in the mountains. These Crosstrek owners won't be sitting on the couch watching it on TV. They will use the small crossover to enjoy extreme winter sports in the mountains around the globe for skiing, snowboarding and snowmobiling. They will also use the newly redesigned vehicle for summer sporting activities like hiking a 14er, extreme mountain biking, high country trail running and backcountry fishing trips. Subaru knows that 33% of 2018 Subaru Crosstrek owners will use X mode, and this new generation of adventurer seekers will encounter unpaved backcountry roads that are slippery and uneven. The Crosstrek's X mode will now get them higher into the mountains and away from civilization. Don't look for Subaru Corporation to ever build a production model like the renderings here.